wouldn't know it just by looking at my face, but in a moment, I will be dead. But I ain't none broken up about it. You see, it's been a long time coming, and deserved. But that, my friends, is a story in itself. One that deserves to be started where all good stories do start, in the middle. See, I've been traveling around this great country of ours for a little over 3 years as one of the greatest gunfighters that ever lived. Unstoppable, some might say. Immortals, more like it. What they don't know is I have a secret. I have this gold watch that gives me 1 minute of immortality every day, at 12 noon. It doesn't mean much for a normal person, but for a gunfighter, 12 noon, 1 minute, that is the difference between life and death, winning or losing. And I'm not the best gunfighter in the world, but you don't have to be when you got this watch. With all good things comes a price, and for that 1 minute of immortality, I have to spend 1 minute, 12 o'clock midnight, in the depths of hell, burning, torment, suffering, and the painful memories of the ones that I've lost. I've walked from town to town, sometimes upwards into 100 miles, just looking for the greatest gunfighters. I would challenge anybody who thought they were better than me, just to get my name out there, to get the fame, to get the fear and the respect that I felt that I deserved all these years, that I felt that I have worked for so hard, and all the things that I had given up and I had sacrificed for this one thing. But every day, it seemed like that 1 minute just kept getting longer and longer. First it felt like hours, then days. Sometimes it feels like I've been wandering around this for months. And if you wanted to know, do I enjoy killing people? The answer is no, but I do enjoy the company. Just as I was once promised, money flowed like rain. I had everything. Fame, women, alcohol, finest clothes, anything you can imagine at my fingertips. And sometimes people would refuse my offers. There wouldn't be a showdown, test the skill, see who was the finest shot. In that case, I never won. But I just move on to the next town, find somebody else. And it just got to the point where I want to stop, but it doesn't matter if I wanted to stop or not, because every night that minute would still be there. I would still burn and torment, regardless of whether I use that minute or not. But this story is not just about me, it's also about the man who brought me down. Lawman, farmer, husband, servant of God, and a twist and turn that brought me to my fate. You see, as I was making my way to his town, he was on his way to see his sweetheart for a long-awaited reunion. But little did I know, the all our paths would meet and would change our lives forever.
Do I know you? I never met you in my life. You look familiar. You two look like brothers. I thought no fish.
The next morning, tension seemed high. Nobody was on the street. Nobody wanted to witness the fight. The sheriff was there on time. Seemed overconfident. Maybe he really was the fastest. I guess we'd find out soon enough. I took 2 bullets to the chest before I could even get a round off. The sheriff was better than me. But I still defeated him. Maybe I did kill a good man. Maybe he didn't deserve to die. That night I was drowning my sorrows in a bottle of alcohol, hoping to forget the things that I have done, the people that I've hurt, when the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life came up to me. It all started about 3 years ago on an oil well outside of Texas. I was working for my brother-in-law, helping out the family business, but I didn't care. I just wanted to be a gunfighter. I spent all day practicing, ignoring my duties, ignoring my wife, ignoring God. And one day, while I was out shooting, I hear a terrible cry. We were under attack. Indians everywhere. Must have been built on an old Indian cemetery. I ran back to the camp. Like a coward, I hid underneath a wagon and just watched while all my friends, family were slaughtered. We burned all our supplies, tore down our wells, burned our books, left nothing but ashes. I listened to my wife screaming as she was killed just feet in front of me. I tried to escape, but an arrow caught me in the eye, leaving me blind. They could have killed me, but they let me go out into the desert, bleeding with no water and no food, suffer like I deserved for being a coward. But after 3 days of the heat and sun, I finally broke down and cried out to God, and I prayed for mercy. I prayed for water. And then within an instant, the skies ripped wide open, and water flooded down. An oasis appeared out of nowhere, and at that moment, I knew my prayers had been answered. For the serpent's words were persuasive, the thoughts of fame and glory. Could the angel's words be true? And just as quick as it came, the water flowed back up into the sky, the ground dried up, trees withered, and at that moment I knew I had made a grave mistake. I tried to change my mind, but I had already been cursed. My first time down there was the worst. You'd think 1 minute wouldn't be so bad, but when you're engulfed in flames, 1 second is bad enough, let alone having to go 1 whole minute. Sometimes when I'm burning, think about my wife and how I should have listened to her, how I should have took the time and paid attention to her, paid attention to God, instead of being so concerned about how good I was. And just like the angel said, no horse would ever let me ride him again, leaving me to walk everywhere. Last night I slept underneath the stars. I made my peace with the Lord. Little did I know that I would never see these stars again. I woke up feeling like a new man, a changed man, but it didn't matter. Today would be my last day on earth. But that's when it hit me like a bullet, feeling I'm much too familiar with. The first of many surprises. The sheriff wasn't dead. But how is this possible? I killed him. I saw them drag his body off. My second big surprise of the day, I had noticed that my watch 1 minute behind the town clock. Somebody had moved it up a minute. But who? Who other than me knew my secret? I never told anybody. Maybe that bump on my head made me forget. Maybe it was that beautiful woman. Maybe I told her everything. But either way, when that clock strikes 12, I will not be immortal. Clock chime, but I don't even draw. It was pointless. I knew I was beat. I knew the sheriff was better than me. And me without my minute, I had no chance. And here we are, right back where we started. At the end of the story. A bullet coming at my head. A man's death justified. And a curse is broken. I will be going to see my wife. And my thirst forever quenched. As for the sheriff, well, he could have took the fortune and fame, but instead, he made a better choice. He chose the water.
Our disposition isn't a position for all to see, regardless of how it feels. I got a bullet with a name on it, bullet with a name. Oh, use a cause for all the parts you think you see. It's really concentration on the steel. I got a bullet with a name on it, bullet with a name. You see, everybody's watching and passing judgment on every little move and decision I make. How can I be an individual with the weight of the world and 8 other planets to take? And with everything happening, gunshots clapping and people all running in every direction with their